Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of H&R Movie Talk. We are on a roll. I am HB Gibson along with
RT Mac, and now we are going to review Justice League.
Justice League. My God, I'm gonna tell you something. Let's just come out and just say it. I think a lot of us were a little on edge as to whether or not Justice League was going to be any good. Were you?
Oh, the thing that got me, I hated that people kept comparing it to Marvel. Like,
yes.
It's two different animals.
You can't. Let's just say it for what it is. Marvel, basically, like they're a juggernaut. They're a juggernaut with making their films, and their films have all of them. I would pretty much say were all of. I would say like 99.9% of them were good. That one little point, that 1%, is still not that bad. You know what I mean? Because in a world where superhero films are starting to become has become the norm, and I don't think it's just a fad. I think it's going to be with us for a long time. Marvel has been very consistent with banging out hits, and Warner Brothers DC had been a little. They've been a little weird. It's been a little kind of clunky a little bit.
They've been playing catch up, but I do. One of the guys in the theater when I saw Justice League, he actually said that Disney CEO, I think it was Bob Iger.
Bob Iger, yeah.
I think it was either him or somebody else that gave a warning to DC and Warner Brothers to not try and compete with them.
Right.
But they responded with, "We're not. We just want to make a good movie."
Exactly.
And I think that's why Justice League turned out so well. But yes, to answer your question, I was a little on edge.
Yeah, because the thing is, and I hate to keep going back to. Well, no, I don't hate to keep going back to. There's a gentleman who I really respect, who I really enjoy watching. I really enjoy watching him talk about films. Is a gentleman by the name of John Campea. John Campea was formerly of Collider Movie Talk. He before that it was AMC Movie Talk. Now he has his own show, John Campea's Movie Vlog. And the one thing that he stressed very specifically is that he knows and he believes that Marvel and DC, those films, the film companies that are handling it, the film studios that are handling Marvel and that's handling DC, they don't really want the other to fail because superhero films are superhero films. If you like superheroes, if you're a real geek, if you're a real nerd, if you're really into it, you're going to, unless you just don't like DC characters, or if you just don't like Marvel characters, or if you don't like either one of them, or if you don't like Star Wars, the thing is, one wants the other to work. Just like when The Punisher was recently released on Netflix, and what they were hoping for, and it was very, very good and strategic that they did this. When they released The Punisher, they released it on the same day that Justice League was released, and it just helps. Those who are Marvel will have Punisher to watch, and then after that, after they watch the episodes, they go see Justice League, or they'll rush to go see Justice League first because it's a two and some hour movie, and then they can go home and watch the Punisher. It helps each other.
And this is the comparison I make, to people. You can't compare Marvel and DC because it's like comparing chocolate and vanilla.
Exactly.
You can't decide which one is the best because they're both really good.
Exactly.
You may like one more than the other, but in the end, you like both.
Exactly.
And now I want some ice cream. I want some chocolate and vanilla ice cream.
Right.
I want swirls.
And you have, like I said, there are geeks that have a favorite. I would like to consider myself a pretty universal geek. I grew up watching Adam West's Batman. I grew up watching the Spider-Man cartoon, the original Spider-Man cartoon. Spider-Man, the cartoon. And anything that had a superhero in it was just cool to me. So naturally, I was very excited about a Justice League film. But the problem was, they hit a bump in the road, I hate to say it, with Batman versus Superman, because it was such a polarizing film. You had half people that didn't like it and half people that, literally a 50-50 split. I've seen a lot of people that loved it and also the same amount of people dislike it.
Oh, and real quick, to the people who dislike it, stop calling it a bomb.
Yeah, it wasn't a bomb.
It wasn't. It made just under $1 billion. That's it. Went way over. It made much more than what their budget was.
Exactly.
That is called a box office success.
Exactly.
Just because it didn't make as much as the first Avengers movie, it doesn't matter. It was not a bomb. You just were too nitpicky and didn't like it because you want it to be just like Marvel. But if it was just like Marvel, then you could be complaining that it's just like Marvel.
I think a lot of geeks and a lot of nerds are just really, really misguided, and I don't think they know what they want. I say just enjoy it for what it is.
Nobody wanted Ben Affleck as Batman.
Right.
And look what happened. Now we want him.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something, and we're gonna get into that in just a second. Back to BVS for a second. If you've ever seen the theatrical version and the Ultimate Director's Cut, or if you haven't seen the Ultimate Director's Cut, but only you were burned by the theatrical version, give the Ultimate Director's Cut a chance. I'm telling you, it is night and day. And as I said in an episode of GGC, my idea for a Batman film, that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. That's what I'm saying.
And now, and in Batman vs. Superman, they cameoed some heroes like Aquaman,
Yes.
Flash,
Yes.
Cyborg, and who else did we have?
See, we had Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, and Gal Gadot. Oh my God. Wonder Woman as a film, and then we're gonna get into Justice League. Wonder Woman as a film, it did what it started. What is now going to be the tone of DC movies to come, I believe, because they tried the dark and dreary thing. And yeah, it did kind of wear on me. Like I said, I enjoyed BVS. And I enjoyed the Ultimate Director's Cut even more. But having a lighter tone DC is actually the way to go, because that is very DC.
You want it to be fun.
You want it to be fun because DC was a fun... They were fun comics. They were fun.
And Wonder Woman not only was a massive success, but it also established that Gal Gadot, was a lot more than what she was known for.
Exactly. People just counted Gal Gadot out, because all they did was see her in Fast and the Furious, and they judged her by that. That girlfriend got in shape. She was able to emote very well, and the feeling that I got out of Wonder Woman was such a good feeling. And I'm gonna tell you, this is gonna sound strange, but the Wonder Woman that she played, it made me literally love her. It did. Now, I don't mean fall in love like, yeah, she's beautiful, but what's the lyrics of the Wonder Woman television series? I believe one of the lines says, "Stop the world with love."
Well, she could do it.
And she did it, and she showed strength, she showed power, but most of all, as a hero, she showed love, and that's what I think that's what grabbed the hearts of everybody when they went to go see Wonder Woman. And a big shout out to the director, whose name escapes me right now. She was tapped to do Wonder Woman 2.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, and she did that. She did that.
Oh, and going into Justice League now, I know that Zack Snyder had some personal family issues, which, he called in his good friend Joss Whedon. Director of the first 2 Avenger films, to basically finish filming, whatever scenes needed to be finished.
Yes.
So now Zack Snyder gets sole directing credit.
Yeah, that's what I was concerned about.
But Joss Whedon's name is on the screenplay credits.
Yes, that was good.
He is a co-screenwriter on Justice League.
Right.
So he's technically now worked on the 2 big superhero team-up films.
Joss Joss is the man.
And you know what? I think he might have had a better time working on Justice League than he did, definitely than he did on Age of Ultron, because I know the studios really burnt him out.
Yeah.
You know, that's why he took that little sabbatical.
Right.
So, Justice League, Ezra Miller as the Flash, he really stood out.
He stole the show, man. In my eyes, he stole it.
Jason Momoa as Aquaman also, and if you remember the last couple seasons of Baywatch Hawaii, Jason Momoa.
Yep.
He was one of the cast members.
All the Aquaman jokes are put to rest. We've been wanting to see Aquaman come alive. He is alive, he is well, and he is Jason Momoa.
And it doesn't matter that he's not blonde.
Yeah.
He made it work.
Yes.
He made it work, and they teased stuff for the Aquaman solo film. You know, we don't want to spoil it.
Right. We don't want to do too many spoilers.
But you'll see. And newcomer Ray Fisher as Cyborg. He is an unknown actor. He comes from the theater. He is a theater actor.
Yeah.
This was, I think, definitely his big breakout role in movies.
Very strong, brooding. I really liked, I'm just going to say it, I loved Cyborg and how he was portrayed, because he's a character that you've seen in animation, you've seen him in portrayed on Smallville. We've seen him in the cartoons, Super Friends, Titans Go, and things of that nature. But we never really got into who Victor Stone really was, and it was such a pleasure to actually meet Victor Stone, Cyborg, in this film.
Yeah, this definitely kept in line with some of the more recent adaptations of Cyborg. Like if you've seen the animated film Justice League War, when you see Victor Stone first have his accident and then become Cyborg.
Yeah.
This, I think Ray Fisher's performance was very reminiscent of that. It was very reminiscent. So again, no spoilers. Everybody's getting their own solo movies.
Yeah.
You know, we saw cameos by certain people.
There were some cameos of certain characters and certain heroes.
They referenced Jack Kirby, the late Jack Kirby.
Sure did.
Who worked with Stan Lee in Marvel and worked heavily in DC, creating the New Gods.
Yeah.
So.
But how retro is it to have Joe Morton in the role that he has in this film? I mean, he plays the father of Victor Stone, Cyborg. And just think about it. Just think about it. T2. Look it up. Okay.
And also a big shout out to composer Danny Elfman.
We were talking off screen. Yes, give it up to Danny Elfman. Oingo boingo. I mean, great matter.
He paid tribute to two other great composers.
Yes.
One of them being the legendary John Williams of Star Wars, Raiders, and everything else fame.
And Superman,
because he paid tribute to the Christopher Reeve Superman theme. His own Batman Michael Keaton theme, and Hans Zimmer.
Yes.
Hans Zimmer, our other guy.
There was something, I mean, the music made such a difference. Danny Elfman's touch with the music really, it had that, there was just essence of Tim Burton's Batman. The moment you heard that music, especially in the opening scene, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but the opening scene, you're gonna think. You're going to feel Tim Burton Batman, and that's about it. That's all I'm going to say.
And John Williams Superman theme.
Yes.
You guys will see what we are talking about. Once you see that movie, please see it. We may see it a second time.
Yep.
Because it is just that good. And while we did say do not compare DC and Marvel, we will make one comparison.
Right. Like
Marvel, they did do a mid and end credit scene, so do not leave the theater.
Something that that DC and Warner Brothers said that they would not do. They said that they weren't going to copy it. But mid credits and end credit scenes these days, especially in superhero films, it's important because you want them to get excited for the next. If you have a DC universe, and I mean, they're saying that, I mean, it's been said that they're going to try to break that down, not have it be so universe. They're going to do it. They're just going to give everybody their own film eventually, and I believe down the line there will be a Justice League 2.
Oh, absolutely.
There's going to be a Justice League 2.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because the main villain for Justice League is Steppenwolf, who, for all of our comic book geeks, is the uncle of the ruler of Apokolips, Darkseid. And Darkseid, he's on Thanos level.
Yeah, Thanos level, yeah.
In fact, when they did that crossover in the 80s, it was Thanos versus Darkseid.
Yes.
And I think Darkseid may have come out on top, rightfully so, because he is just that powerful.
Exactly.
And he's highly intelligent. He's on a strength level that may surpass Superman.
Right.
And just his Omega beams can bring Superman to his knees. He doesn't even need to use his hands.
Exactly.
And he is... Actually, Batman is the one person in the comics who Darkseid respects. The one human.
Right, right.
He's actually said that he's impressed by him.
Oh, by the way, of course, there's CGI in the film, but probably the greatest CGI effect ever on film. Let's just say there was no mustache. There was no mustache. Would it be a spoiler if I explained it?
Go ahead.
Okay. During the filming of Justice League, I believe during some of the reshoots, when Henry Cavill was called back to do Superman, he was in the midst of doing another film where he had to grow a mustache. They CGI'd his mustache off, but you can't tell. Not really. I was looking for it. You can see a little bit of CGI, but not by much. They did such a great job. Great job.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So great job all around. You know, we highly enjoyed it.
Yes.
We highly recommend it.
Yes.
But as always, when we end these things, when you see it, especially for a movie like this, we understand if you get excited, and we don't mind if you cheer and clap. But in between those cheers and claps, do not speak. Do not have your phones on. It is so annoying and distracting. And
I'm very, very grateful that when I went to go see it today, there was nobody sitting behind me kicking my seat. Thank you.
Another W. Yes. So
until next time, this is HB Gibson and
RT Mac, and we'll see you again. We're not sure which one we'll do next, but it'll be a big one.
See you in the next video.
Later.
Bye-bye.